Welcome back to the Clear the Ice, a Flyers postgame show here on It's a Wrap Sports with your boy Matty B on the call, back where I belong, doing the Flyers postgame. That's right, god damn it. It's my spot, man. Coming at you, postgame of a 4-3 Flyer loss in a shootout to the Florida Panthers down there in South Florida. Second straight game of no Matt B. Michkov, the return of Sam Ersson, and the Flyers' complete domination of the overtime period, resulting in 4 breakaways and no goals. So that's all that you need to know, and I'm going to end the show with that. Now there's more to go into. Flyers, as I said, return of Sam Ersson, got the start tonight. Matt V. Michkov, second straight game scratched from the lineup. What is going on there? Can anybody answer that question? Because I'm very patient with John Tortorella, and I still believe he is the right coach for this. But why is Matt B. Michkov sitting for 2 straight games? Unless there's something more to why he's sitting in the first place. Unless there's something more to the reason why he was benched. So, So Matt B. Michkov got the healthy scratch yet again. And the Flyers went down to Florida to battle the defending Stanley Cup champions. And you know what, man? They held their own. They really, really did. They took the early lead in this game, but then they gave it up. Came back, tied it, gave it up, came back, tied it. And then, as I mentioned, just dominated the pace of play in that overtime. In a 3-on-3 overtime, it's all about possession. And the Flyers possessed the puck pretty much the entire time. Multiple scoring opportunities, multiple breakaway opportunities. But the 2-time Vezina Trophy winning Stanley Cup champion Sergei Bobrovsky, too much for the Flyers as they could not get that winner by him. And then we go to the shootout, and Flyers are unable to cut through or to break through. They're only scoring 1 goal in the shootout. I guess that's what you want Matt V. Michkov for, right? In the shootout, but no Matt V. Michkov tonight. So Flyers lose tonight 4-3. In a glance, this game, the Flyers outshot the Panthers 37-31. That's the second straight game of the Flyers with 30 or more shots. That's an extremely encouraging stat. Flyers were 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. That has now dipped below 20% on the season as that's starting to nosedive and return more to where it belongs. I guess the early season success of the Flyers power play starting to wear off a bit. They did kill off the 2 Panther penalties, so the penalty kill is intact. Still looking good. Flyers blocked 16 shots. Only gave the puck away 10 times tonight. I'll take that. It's a start. Stay away from the 15, 20, 25 times a game that we've been used to. 10 giveaways, I'll take that. They took the puck away six times from the Panthers, and there's your stats at a glance tonight. Bobrovsky got the start for the Panthers. Played well. I mean, he always plays well. He's a great goaltender. Faced 37 shots, saved 34 of them, gave up 3, finished with a 9.19 goals save percentage. As for the Flyers, the return of Sam Ersson looked really well. Looked really good. Ersson with 31 shots, 28 saves, gave up 3 goals, of course, and had a 9.03 goals save percentage. So, positives in the fact that Ersson got back out there. Not positive. Mysterious that why Matt V. Michkov was benched yet again. The Flyers, I believe, also benched Deslauriers and Eric Johnson in this game, and Alexei Kovaslov as well as healthy scratches. And I guess we can break it all down now. Let's go into the scoring summary. I've got 6 of them to go for you. I was thinking about replaying the entire overtime because that was extremely entertaining and frustrating all at the same time. The return of Joel Farabee into the offensive picture tonight for the Flyers as he had himself a goal, but had multiple opportunities to score more goals, and then also was responsible for a few defensive breakdowns along the way too. But you know what? At least we're talking about Joel Farabee, and I'll take that. That's a start with him. At least we're actually mentioning his name, that he made it into the score sheet, and that we're going to talk about him for the good and the bad, because he was very involved in tonight's game, good and bad. So let's get to it. The Flyers got things rolling by the way, before I start all that, don't forget this show is brought to you by the It's a Wrap Sports Network. Please like and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. We need it. So let's get into the first goal of the game. And the aforementioned Joel Farabee, who scores his 3rd goal of the year, which I found very surprising. because I can't remember his first two. I have no recollection of him scoring 2 goals previous to tonight. So, but it's legitimately his third goal of the year from Lawton and Brink at the 4:57 mark. And as we do, we're going to break it down. Let's break that goal down. The Flyers' first goal of the night. Good to see the Flyers get on the scoring on the score sheet early in this game. We're trying to figure out how this team's offensive identity, and tonight getting that goal to start the game early, again, goes a long way. And these we're kind of taking baby steps a little bit here, but let's break this puppy down for you. All right, so here we are. We're in neutral ice, and let's see. Flyers are going to get into the zone. Now, there's a couple good things, the positives about this goal here, and let's stop it there. This is not a positive. This is status quo for the Flyers. These long, out by the dot type shots with nobody in front of the net. Scott Lawton decides to let it rip from here. I'm an old school guy. I guess I'm an old school guy. You're not going to tell me anything. I hate the perimeter game in hockey. I can't stand it. And I know that's what these kids are taught today. I see it every day. I see it on the ice myself. Nobody wants to go to the net anymore. Everybody wants to shoot out wide or out long. But this is going to be an interesting goal because there's Lawton out wide, and he's going to let it rip. But he's going to miss it, and it's going to go off the glass, but it's not going to kind of wrap around. It's going to hit a partition inside the glass, and it's going to spring right back out. And they're going to have a scrum for it in the front. There's going to be put on net. Brink throws it on net. Now, the positive here is looking, the Flyers got some bodies in the net. You know, they got Lawton coming up, and then you got Joel Farabee right there, who's going to be the recipient of this goal. But that's what happens, man. That's hockey 101 for you. You put pucks on net, and you go to net, and good things will happen. And good things are about to happen is Bobrovsky's going to lose the rebound. Net pops up, and then Joel Farabee's there to pop it in for the goal. Positive goal for Joel Farabee. Positive offensive cycling goal for the Flyers. They went to the net, and that's what happens. They're rewarded with a very nice goal. Got a little help from the partition down there in Florida, but I'll take it. 1-0 Fly Guys. And that would be your lone scoring in that first period. For the shots on goal in the first period, the Flyers outshot the Panthers 11-10. And they went into the intermission with the lead. But that lead would be fleeting as the Panthers would come back out into the second period early on in the second, and they would get the equalizer. It would be Nate Schmidt's second from Rodriguez, who, by the way, had the game winner in the shootout, and Barkov, his 10th assist on the year. And that's how the Panthers would knot this bad boy up at 1. Key this bad boy up for you. Let's bring it up. Right, here we go. I really need a producer. If anybody wants to be my producer, let me know. So here we go. Flyers are gonna, it's a giveaway. We'll call it a giveaway in the Panther zone. But let's stop it here. I want to stop it here. Why, Matty B, are you stopping it here? This is still in the Florida Panther zone. Why are we talking about this goal here at this juncture of it? The play has not even left the Panther zone because this is where the goal play develops. Scott Lawton right here and Joel Farabee. Again, we're going to mention Joel Farabee's name a lot tonight because he was involved in this game a lot for good and for bad. And I said, I'll take it. At least we're talking about the guy. He has gone completely anonymous through most of this season. Tonight, he was all over the place for good and for bad. And this is one of the bad ones coming up here. Scott Lawton and Joel Farabee are going to decide to both engage the puck handler, thus creating a vacuum here and allowing number 17 to kind of just skate on by. And no one's going to pick him up. And that you need to remember that as this play develops. So here they go. They're going to go after him. There comes 17 now. He's not, obviously the puck is up here at center ice. There's 17 right back here. Could have had a defender. Probably should have been Farabee, actually. I can see why Lawton went after the puck handler, but I don't know why Joel Farabee decided to engage the puck handler. That's fundamentally wrong. Why are you doing that? So we got a loose man, and he is going to be important here to watch this play. It's going to go back to him as he now will carry the play. He's going to set it up. Boom. Now we set up. Now the Flyers got numbers, though. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got every single member of the Philadelphia Flyers who's on the ice, in the zone, and you got 3 visible Florida Panthers. Flyers got numbers. Everything should be okay, right? Wrong. So here we go. Let's let this thing roll a little bit longer. It's going to go out to the point, and then slam. Okay. So you could do everything right, and then your goalie lets you down because Sam Ersson got beat by a very cleanable, savable shot. No screen, no nothing. But I go back to the beginning of that play. I go way back here into the Panther zone when you decided right here that it was a good idea to engage the puck handler with 2 defenders, leaving the primary assist guy for this goal wide open. And then, as I said, he carries the play once they get into the zone. Beautiful pass here. Flyers used to do this all the time last season. They don't do it anymore, but here it goes. It sets up, and then everyone's going to go suck it in. Again, this is not a high percentage scoring play. I mean, Ersson let the Flyers down on this one as it's going to go right back out to the point, and just a really long shot. And again, no screen to speak of. Ersson just gets handcuffed by it, and there you have 1-1 as the Panthers strike back and get this thing tied. It would remain tied up to about almost the midway point of the second period when Dmitry Kulikov would score his second goal of the year, giving the Panthers that 2-1 lead. Let's pop that one up. All right, here we go. Again, live TV, folks, you got to give me some time as I have to get this stuff all keyed up. I don't know. I'm not tech smart, tech savvy. Again, my kingdom for a producer. But let's bring that up. All right, there we go. So in the Flyer zone, let the play kind of run, let it run. It's going to go back up to the point around the half wall. Good job by the Panthers to keep this play alive. Comes back up to the point. Now we're going to move it around. Again, nothing really earth-shattering here. And there's Farabee. And there you go. So with this play, a very innocent breakdown, but Farabee decided he was out of position a little bit. Let's go. Let's roll it again. Now let's stop it right here. Can I see Farabee? I can't see him. All right, let's go back here. All right, so you can kind of see the Flyer defense is pretty well played in front of the net. I got to give him that. They had the net sealed off. Farabee was the one who was caught out of position. Farabee should have been up on number 7, on Dmitry. He should have been up on him, or Kulikov, sorry. He should have been playing Kulikov. There was no reason why he was back here because this was already covered by the net. And so Farabee, that's his second defensive breakdown of the night. But, again, Farabee's got to be better than that. He should pay $5 million a year. He should know where his assignment is on defense. And this was his guy. I mean, he's back here. I don't know what he's doing back here, but he should be up here playing defense here. And you're going to see he's too far out of position, can't recover in time. And then yet, now this was the goal, of course. Let's just let this play out because everyone's pointing up towards the stanchions there up in the net area because this was the goal that was challenged. The Flyers claim that this goal earlier in the play, the puck had popped up into the air and hit the net, thus being deemed out of play. It took them about 7 minutes going back and forth with a challenge to decide that there was no irrefutable proof to overturn the call on the ice. Now, again, you got to understand that's what it's all about. It's not when you challenge something, you have to have undeniable evidence in order to overturn the call. You can't have hearsay, conjecture, or a partial evidence. You got to have overwhelming evidence to overturn the call. I didn't think there was enough there. They showed multiple angles of it. There was one angle they showed at the very end, the last angle that looked like the puck might have hit the net up top there. Whatever, man. We wasted 7 minutes doing this, but at the end of the day, the Flyers, the goal stands, and the Panthers have the 2-1 lead at this point. The Flyers were, you could feel the momentum in this game shifting until Anthony Richard, that's right, man, the free agent pickup over the summer, the journeyman, the fringe NHLer, called up recently from the Panthers to replace Paling, right? Is it Paling he's replacing in the lineup? He'll get his first goal as a Flyer at the 13-minute mark to tie it up at 2 from Konechny and Ristolainen. And let's bring that up. This was a laser shot by him. No real defensive breakdowns to talk about. Just a really heavy shot, a really good one. Again, though, from out and distance. But you know what? We'll take it. So let's go here. All right, Flyers will enter the zone. And there's Richard coming in off the blue line. He's going to set up right in the slot. As you can see, the Panthers are all preoccupied with the puck handler. I mean, literally everybody is. All five of them are looking over at Ristolainen, who's going to dump the pass back. And then there's just really a simple pass to the front. Richard's going to sit up in the slot there or back by the blue line, take a nice shot, go low. It handcuffs Bobrovsky, similar to the goal that Urson gave up earlier in the game. Similar type of situation, similar type of distance, direction, elevation, the whole thing, and similar result as Bobrovsky gets handcuffed with that funky purple mask he's wearing. I'm sure they explain why he had a purple mask on. I just don't remember what it was or don't remember hearing it. So if anybody wants to jump into the chat and let me know why he was wearing a purple mask, I'd love to know. But there you go. The Flyers tied up at 2-2. But that would not be all the scoring because we would have one more goal before we go into the intermission. It was Sam Bennett's ninth at the 14:56 mark to make it 3-2 Panthers. As you just, again, the Flyers get some of that momentum back, and it just gets sucked right out the building when they give up this third goal at the back end. Not the end, but at the back end of the third period. I'm more concerned about giving up those goals with like a minute left in the period. But this was in the back end of the period. And again, another momentum switcher for the Panthers here as Bennett will score. Let's get it up. All right, here we go. So, a little bit of a, do I call that a giveaway? Let's look at that again. This is the captain. He's got to do better than this. He's got to do better. He's got to do better. I'm sorry. He's got to do better than that. But play's going to stay in the Flyer zone. Flyers will regain possession of it, and they'll try to get out. And look at Risto's doing. Here's the problem. Risto's doing the outlet pass, the alley-oop transition pass. The problem is Risto was on the IR all last season, doesn't know how to do it. So a year ago, this pass goes for a 2-on-1 breakaway the other way, and the Flyers probably score. This year, this is what happens when the Flyers try that. Out to center ice, and we have another turnover. Bounces around a little bit, but the Flyers can't get to it. Panthers will then transition right back up the ice, and they got a little bit of a number situation. We got 3-on-3, but once again, what do you see that I see? I see somebody way out of position over here. Now, do I say that that's way out of position, or is that more in a kind of center field safety position? I'm going to go with the center field safety position because that's exactly where I would play if I was in this play. I would not converge onto the puck handlers. Absolutely not, because my primary focus at this point as a defenseman or defender, if I'm a forward playing defense, if I'm a defenseman playing defense, my primary focus is not the puck handler, it's my net. I do not, under any circumstances, want to let anybody get behind me so they have essentially a breakaway on my goalie. So he's staying back. The puck is going to ricochet around, but now we have a kind of so I got to pop it back because this is Bobby Brink, I think, in this play. This is who pisses me off here. So there's Brink. So let's stop it right there. All right, so you got my safety center field guy doing the right thing. Puck comes back into the middle. We still have a 2-on-2 situation. You can see him. He's eyeing him up here. He's got him. He understands what he's got to do. This guy is taken care of. What's happening over here, because Bobby Brink and his man are going to go out of the picture, but for some reason, Bobby Brink loses him, and this is an odd play, and I can't see the camera angle on this replay does not tell me what's going on. So Bobby Brink and his guy are out of the frame. Let's let this play roll. Look who scores the goal. Where did number 9 come from? Does anybody know where number 9 came from? And what the hell was Bobby Brink doing in the corner? But that's how the Panthers get their goal. Obviously, the angle on this is not wide. I would imagine, let's roll it here. Number 9 is not in any of this. He can't be off. There's number 9. There he is. All right, so there. Let's pop it back. There we go. So we enter into the zone, and let's stop it here. So I'm okay with this still, and I'm okay with releasing number 9. I really am. I totally am, because Bobby Brink is your safety over here, and I don't know what happens here, but there goes number 9 to the back of the net. Now, Bobby Brink is tied up over here. We got a puck handler with the puck. We got the cover in the pass. Obviously, what Brink's responsibility and where the other 2 Flyers players on this play's responsibility would be is to cover the open guy that is now standing essentially right in front of Urson by himself. I really wish this was wider. I want to know what happened to Brink over there in the corner, but he was caught way out of position, and this tic-tac freaking goal, and there you go. Brink then reappears playing around with Matt Tkachuk over there. I don't know what he's doing. Bennett gets the goal, and it's now 3-2 Florida, and there you have it heading into the third period. 3-2 Panthers. Second period, Flyers outshot the Panthers 13-7, a commanding 13-7 shot total for the Flyers in the second period. Third period, there would just be the one Garnet Hathaway goal at 9:47, his second from Lawton and Sealer to get things evened up about the halfway mark of the period. And let's roll that one real quick. Let's roll that. Live television, folks. All right, little transition into the offensive zone. It's going to come back around. There's Hathaway all by himself, and he just sort of kind of puts it in on net, and really just an innocent-looking play that finds pay dirt. Bobrovsky kind of got tripped up a little bit by his own feet. Hathaway decided to go low with this shot. Again, I personally, as we look at this play develop, this is, again, it's great that he scored, but obviously this was obviously designed to be a rebound play. But I don't even think the shot was that hard enough to be a rebound play. The Flyers just lack any kind of creativity offensively. As I mentioned, the goal that goes in, but it was lucky. Bobrovsky saves that 99 out of 100. The better play here would have been either a cross ice to Ristolainen or a dump off back here to, I believe is that Noah Cates coming into your frame up the middle. Hathaway, just as I said, I think that his philosophy or his plan was to put it on net and hopefully get a rebound so that you have Cates or Ristolainen crashing down low that maybe they can get the rebound and put it in. But the shot's kind of a weak back forehand kind of hybrid shot that trips up Bobrovsky. Maybe it just fooled him, and he lets it squirt underneath him for the game-tying goal as you see there. So there it is. I'll take it. But that's Hathaway tying the game up for the Flyers in a very uncreative offensive play, but I'll take it. And that's how we'd go to the end. Flyers would in the third period they would outshoot the Panthers 6-3, 37-31 on the game in favor of the Flyers. Overtime, as I said, I really would love to replay the overtime for you, like in its duration, 5 minutes, because it was all Flyers. It was all Flyers dominating the pace, dominating the possession. In a 3-on-3 overtime, it's all about possession. It's all about holding on to that puck and creating opportunities, and the Flyers did that abundantly in this overtime. I counted 4 breakaways that the Flyers had, 4 odd man rushes, whatever you want to call them. There were 3 that were straight up breakaways, and there was 1 that was kind of. But the Flyers could not finish the deal. Farabee, twice in the overtime. Once on a breakaway shot wide, and once on a breakaway got stoned. And as I said, Farabee's all over this game, and that's good overall. I'll take that because we're talking about Joel, and we got to talk about him because he's been absent for so long. But the Flyers just couldn't find it. At the very end, as time was expiring, Konechny on the breakaway, just really couldn't do it. Got to give Bobrovsky some credit, but you got, as a Flyers, they got to be better offensively, and that's it right there. It's the offense that this team just does not have the ability to put the puck in the net in droves, and it was on display tonight. They are giving everything they have, offensively and defensively. It's just so hard for them to overcome this level of hockey and with their skill level. and sitting Mitchkoff for a second straight night in a game that turned out to be a very offensively fluid game for both teams. What would Mitchkoff have done here tonight? You could have had him in overtime. You could have had him in the shootout. Why was he benched for a second straight night? Inquiring minds want to know, and I'm sure Tortorella will be asked that question at postgame, but that was it. Flyers could not find a way to break through in the overtime. They would go to shootout. Flyers score one shootout goal, give up 2, and there you have 4-3 shootout loss for the Flyers tonight at the hands of the Florida Panthers. A little bit of a clear the ice stat pack as we move now into game 15. Flyers now 5-8-2 for 12 points, 9 for 49 on the power play for 18.3%, 44 for 49 shorthanded, 89.7 effective killing penalties. Flyers have scored 37 goals for 2.4 for the season. They've given up 54 goals for 3.6. They now have 393 shots for 26.2. That's on the rise, and we got to get the number to 30. Shots they've given up now. They gave up 400. They've given up 441 on the season, 29.4. They're still 0-1 in overtime. They are now 2-1 in the shootout. They have scored 4 shootout goals. They've scored the 1 shorthanded, 99 takeaways for 6.6 a game, and 214 giveaways on the season for 14.2, 273 block shots for 18.2. And since the 21-22 season, they are 103 for 753 on the power play for 13.6. And I am now 2-4-2 in hosting Clear the Ice this season. So a lot to digest. Let's now go to our turning point. All right, my turning point or key moment of this game, simply put, is the overtime. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going to the overtime. This was a hard-fought game back and forth. The Flyers hung. They hung with the Stanley Cup champs. They really did. And they were given multiple opportunities in the overtime to finish the deal, and they just could not do it. And it was frustrating to watch. Not only was it frustrating for them to watch them not be able to score, but it was so exhilarating to watch them flying around out there. You know, when you're 3-on-3, the ice opens up wide. But the Flyers were like a half a step faster, a half a step more physical. They seemed to want it a little bit more than the Panthers did in overtime, and they took it. And they controlled the puck. They controlled throughout the majority of the overtime, and they had at least 5 or 6 or 7 scoring opportunities. And Bobrovsky did his part, but you gotta friggin' put the puck in the net. I mean, they were given gift after gift after gift, and they just could not finish it. So to me, that was the turning point or the key moment for me in this game was the overtime. It's weird to talk about a key moment or turning point being overtime, but to me, tonight it was. They got to find a way to finish the deal. And tonight, yeah, they missed an opportunity, in my opinion. So that was my key moment or turning point in tonight's game. The Flyers in overtime not being able to seal the flipping deal. And your key moment or turning point in the game was, again, brought to you by the fine folks over here at It's a Wrap Sports. As we continue to grow this network, please like and subscribe. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend. Let's pop around the NHL real quick on this Saturday night. 2-2 right now, Senators and Bruins as they get to the back end of the third period, about 6 minutes left. It is 4-1 Maple Leafs over the Canadiens, about 10 minutes left in that game. It is 3-0 Rangers over the Red Wings, about 4 minutes remaining in the third. Capitals all over the Blues right now, 8-1. That's a final. And it's 1-1. Devils and Islanders as they begin play here in the third period. 3-0 Predators over the Hockey Club with about 6 minutes to go in the second. It is 1-0 Hurricanes over the Avalanche underway out in Colorado, about 7 minutes remaining in the first. It is 1-0 Blue Jackets over the Kings out in L.A., and a little bit later on tonight, it's going to be the Oilers and the Canucks. Games that have gone final to include ours. It was 3-2 Sabres over the Flames in the shootout, and it was 4-1 Jets over the Stars, and 8-1, as I mentioned, Capitals over the Blues. And there you have your scoring around the National Hockey League on this Saturday night. And in our game, it was 4-3 the Panthers over the Flyers in the shootout. And here you go with your Clear the Ice schedule for next week. Monday, the Flyers will be back at it against the San Jose Sharks. That'll be me with the call. I'll be back at you again on Thursday against the Senators, and Sal will be back on a week from tonight, Saturday, as the Flyers will be battling the Buffalo Sabres. So make sure you're checking out all the action here on Clear the Ice next week. So there you go, folks. 4-3 Flyers losers in the shootout. Positive signs. Joel Farabee, it's positive that we spoke about him in this game. It was positive that he was all over the place. Negative and positively, right? He was making some mistakes, but he was also creating offense and inserting himself into the play. That's a start. It's a start. It's a way up for him. Got okay goaltending in the return of Sam Ersson. There was I'm sure there was 1 or 2 goals he'd like to have back, but he played pretty well. And then the mystery about Michkov. Why was he sat for a second straight game? As he is trying to figure out how to play at this level at 19. Is there more than what Tortorella is saying, or what we got going on here? Because, I'm behind the coach, and I have not spoken negatively about it. But, I mean, why is this kid not playing? The only way he's going to learn is if he's out there. So is there anything more going on that we don't know? If so, what is that? And if not, why isn't he in the lineup? So I'm sure he's going to be asked that question tonight. Probably won't answer it, but he'll be asked it. But there you have it. 4-3 Flyers, losers in the shootout. It's going to wrap it up. Remember, tomorrow night, the final word with Matty B returns. And then on Monday night, the wraparound with Sal G will also return. So make sure you're checking everything out here on It's a Wrap Sports. And in the immortal words of Mr. Gene Hart, good night and good hockey.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I'm so. Everybody know I'm you know when they click through. Try to send this about to be a show, be fine.